Effrim Jekobar. Hi, my name is Effrim Jekobar. I'm just out looking for lost souls so that I'll have somebody to relate to. You see, when I was a little baby, I got kicked in the head by a giant grasshopper. And ever since then, things haven't been exactly right. Just the other day, I went walking through the woods. There were tall green trees and lovely songbirds. And I forgot completely that I had a fresh, cold glass of malted milk sitting inside the refrigerator at home, 4 miles away. I kept on walking, and then I came across these squirrels who were banging walnuts up against their skulls, chanting something about dream and illusion. But I knew this wasn't a dream because I dream in black and white. And this was in color. And it wasn't on an oval screen. And a terrible thought formed on the inside of my head. And I wondered if that malted milk was still in the refrigerator, because it might have been left on the counter. Squirrels ran away. So I started thinking to myself how that malted milk was sitting on my counter 4 miles away, getting warmer and warmer and more sour. I decided to head back to the car. But when I got to my parking place, I noticed that my car was missing. So I ran to the phone and I called the police. And I wondered if the police station was closed because it took 15 rings for him to answer the telephone with a simple, "Hello? Hello? Hello? Hello?"
There was something wrong with the phone, and I couldn't hear it ringing, but...
When he did finally answer, he answered very expediently, sent a patrol car, and I gave him a perfect description of my car and the license plate.
It was a brown Celica.
Which was 050 K107.
It's our policy that when someone has their car stolen, we give them a ride home.
And then one of the police officers offered me a ride home in his car. So I went.
He didn't even thank Officer Hobart. He just rushed out of the car.
Straight to the kitchen, without even thanking him.
He was thinking about something, mulling it over in his mind.
I wanted to see if I'd left that malted milk on the counter. I was lucky. It was still inside the refrigerator. I clapped my hands and knocked over the milk because I jiggled the refrigerator accidentally. Then I went to the window and saw that my car was still in the driveway. Suddenly I realized that my car was still in the driveway. My car had never been stolen, and that I had walked to the woods in which I had been walking. And the squirrels came back and they asked me to follow them, and they were in color. I got in my car and I followed them. Down the street, through the intersection of Jekobar Boulevard. It's named after my great-grandfather's father. I began thinking about, spilled all over the refrigerator. never cleaned up. And did I remember to shut the refrigerator door? The next thing I know, the police pulled me over and they tried to arrest me. Driving a car that was reported stolen. The terrible part is that I was convicted of stealing my own car. Probably because I don't look anything like my picture on my driver's license. I acted as my own counsel at the trial. Then I went to the state pen. It was a terrible place. We played basketball all of time. But one day,
My office got word of a security problem at the state penitentiary.
while I was in the exercise yard, I noticed that the gate was left open. So I opened it up and walked through it. And I guess nobody ever found me missing. On my first day of freedom, I broke into my own home and cleaned the refrigerator. So here I am. Do you mind if I join you? My name is Effrim Jekobar.
This has been an O. Sterling production.
Starring John O'Sullivan.
Co-starring Larry Sterling.
Written by John O'Sullivan.
Directed by Larry Sterling.
Edited by John O'Sullivan.
Cinematography by Larry Sterling.
Key grip, John O'Sullivan.
Best boy, Larry Sterling.
Costumes by John O'Sullivan.
Set design, Larry Sterling.
The end.